This week we've an action-packed programme with finals from Harold's Cross, Newbridge and the big race from Shelbourne Park. We've semi-finals from Cork and we also have the Boylesports International Race Form, and we visit breeder Donal Beatty. Dundalk Stadium was packed on Monday night for the final of the Boylesports International. Michael Fortune was there.
It was back in 1968 that the Dundalk International was first run at the Ramparts venue. It continued there to 1999. Some tremendous races, great greyhounds representing Britain and Ireland. Normally 3 from Britain, 3 from Ireland. Fortune swayed, the Brits won one year, Irish won the next year. The last race, 1999, born a survivor, a great winner. The Ramparts closed. The move out to this magnificent stadium here at Dowdall's Hill. We're here tonight for the Boylesports 2004 International. A marvellous occasion. 3 of the best from Britain, 3 of the best from Ireland. Unfortunately, an absentee, number 4 Valencia Sidetrade. But in his place, a real speedster called Indian Ruler from Trap 4. Let's have a look at the runners for the Boylesports Dundalk International. In 1, Ballymacule, 2 is Make All, 3 Droopy Sure, 4 Indian Ruler, 5 Great Lark and 6 Tom Shea Boy. The hare coming up behind the traps. The break will be vital. And away they go. There's number 4 out fast. That's Indian Ruler as expected. Leading up from 6 Tom Shea Boy and 1 Ballymacule in third. Around the opening corner on Indian Ruler. Leading by a few lengths, but look where Ballymacule is. A perfect position in second. As they head down the far side is number 4 Indian Ruler. 6 Tom Shea Boy putting in a big run coming into the third bend. There's a couple of lengths between them. Will Indian Ruler stay home? His stamina could be suspect. It's Indian Ruler out front. In second is Tom Shea Boy, number 6. And then comes 1 Ballymacule up to the line, Indian Ruler. And here comes 6 Tom Shea Boy. And Tom Shea Boy grabs it from 4 Indian Ruler second. 1 is third Ballymacule. And flying at the finish in fourth was 5 Great Lark. The time 29.94, but Tom Shea Boy has landed yet another international for the team of Patsy Byrne and Pa Fitz. They previously won it with Dynamic Fair twice in 1996 and 97 and Air Flyer in 1994. The result of the Boylesports Dundalk International, the winner number 6 Tom Shea Boy, owned by Patsy Byrne and Pa Fitzgerald. Second number 4 Indian Ruler. Third number 1 Ballymacule. In fourth place came 5 Great Lark. The time 29.94.
This is the best all-round dog I ever had. He has brilliant early pace, and I would stay strong 5.75. And with luck, I think he's capable for any greyhound anywhere in the world. Like, he can break and he can stay, and he never gets tired. I mean, how many races he got in the last 2 weeks, like, you know, and he just loves it. So I think he's a very fast greyhound, capable of anything.
The busy weekend started in Harold's Cross as the final of the Vodafone Puppy 525 final was ran. Ian takes us through the runners.
Well, the runners now on parade for the final of the Vodafone Puppy 525. Trap 1 is MEADOW, HARE. Trap 1 Michael Connaughton for Mick O'Donnell. His son of Droopy Sure and Colleen Dealey. She is fantastic early pace. He's expected to lead around the opening corners, but will he stay? Into the favourite, if by chance. Trained by William Coyle for Pat O'Connor, his son of Moyne Revel, and on the ropes. An impressive winner of the semi-final. A worthy favourite and certainly the one to beat. Trap 3 is Father Ned, trained by Paddy, the Iron Man from Road McCormick. This is son of Droopy's Vieri and Blur. He's owned by the NAP syndicate in Offaly. He's won 2 of 4, an improving type. Don't go ruling him out. Trap 4 is 1 Cool Girl. Jerry Mealia trains this one for Conor McGrath, a daughter of Pacific Mile, and she's no joke. She's very decent, and Jerry Mealia has such a record here at Harold's Cross. Well, it'd be unwise to ignore her. 5 is Share Magic, owned and trained by John Connolly, a daughter of Ron Oakey and Motview Nikita, almost certain to go around the opening corner in last spot, but none will be finishing faster, and she's capable of making a bold bid. And finally in 6th, the likely race GOTOON Trendy, owned and trained by Thomas McKevitt, a daughter of Stapler's Joe and Catoon Frenzy. She's only raced on 3 different occasions. She faces a tough task here. Her time will come though. She's a bright prospect.
The hare on his way, and away they go. And it's number 3, Father Ned, out as fast as usual. 2 going up well if by chance, and then back in third is MEADOW, HARE. Onto the corner, bumping match between 2 and 3, and suddenly number 1, MEADOW, HARE, left out front, and leading into the far side is number 1, MEADOW, HARE, from 4, 1 Cool Girl. 5 now beginning her traditional run, Share Magic back in third, but onto the second last bend, it's MEADOW, HARE in front, still by a couple of lengths, turning for home. Number 5 is held up, but now gets through. A bumping match behind as number 1, MEADOW, HARE, leads up towards the line. Coming strongly in second is Share Magic. MEADOW, HARE and Share Magic flying at the finish, but MEADOW HARE holds on to win this one from number 5 Share Magic in second. A quite dramatic contest there, and Share Magic was certainly flying at the finish. The result of the Vodafone Puppy 525, the winner, number 1 MEADOW HARE, owned by Mick O'Donnell and trained by Michael Connaughton. Second, number 5 Share Magic. Third, number 4 One Cool Girl. The time 28.96.
He won the 29.40 stake here, the Toad stake, here about 2 weeks ago. And we said we'd put him in the open puppy, see what we had. So we got our answer tonight, and we're going to Newbridge now for the Texie Clough. Marvellous early pace. I think he has a split time of 3:14 or something, which is exceptionally good, you know. He got to run up the inside, you know, and he's a great railer, brilliant railer. And he took it up from there then. I knew 5 was going to be a danger, but he finished very fast last week. But he had enough in the tank, thank God.
The excitement was building in the south as Cork held the semi-finals of the Cashmans Bookmakers 575. Mal brings us the runners.
The dogs have been placing traps for the first semi-final. Rock Island 1, 2 Tucky's Return, 3 Ballymac Bullet, Slippery Bill in 4, 5 Knockglass King and 6 Witch's Lark. In box 6, it's Witch's Lark. 4 wins from 6 starts here at Curraheen Park, and Cork bounds away reasonably well. But inside him, it's Knockglass King. Knockglass King now in the orange jacket, going on from Slippery Bill into the opening bend. Very close between the pair of them. Knockglass King and Slippery Bill disputing the lead. The battle on behind for third with Rock Island. Just 1 to 2 to qualify. On they go, and it's Slippery Bill now that's gone clear from Knockglass King. 3 lengths between them. In towards the closing bend they go, and it's Slippery Bill looking here to have a very polished win in the semi-final under his belt ahead of next weekend's final. It's a win here for Slippery Bill. Second is Knockglass King, and Tucky's Return takes third. Confirmation of the result of the first semi-final. A win for Slippery Bill in 31.28, second Knockglass King, and third Tucky's Return.
Yeah, he ran well. You know, he's got his break, and he ran well, and he got the inside, and this is about a 16th win for him. And he won the Constellation Laurels, and he won a puppy stake in Clonmel, and we have great fun with him, and he's a good dog, and we have a lot of fun with him, and hopefully we'll get something else out of him before the year's out.
We're set for the second semi-final. Il Capitano 1, 2 Dilemma D, 3 Rock Hill, 4 Bibs Beauty, Ballygarn Ace, an absentee in 5, and 6 Count Gelignite. Count Gelignite for trainer Stephen Burke, the warm favourite, running from box 6, normally breaks away well and is out smartly as well in these stripes on the outside. Rock Hill in the white there, 2 Dilemma D. Crowding into that opening bend, push wide is Count Gelignite, but still holding on to second or so. Il Capitano now losing out, and it's Bibs Beauty that slips through. Bibs Beauty, Il Capitano beginning to close in as well. Count Gelignite well in contention. Rock Hill is the back marker. Could there be a surprise on the cards here as they hit the final turn? It's Bibs Beauty now. There as well, Dilemma D up towards the line. There's an upset here. It's Bibs Beauty. Count Gelignite, though, is going to get through in second. And so victory in the second semi-final here for Bibs Beauty, second Count Gelignite, and third Rock Hill, the time 31.77.
She's probably got a bit of time to find on the other dogs, but I think if it come down to gameness and guts, she'll be favourite. She's a good little tracker, needs the inside, need a little bit of luck with the draw, but she's in the final, who knows.
Dogs are loaded now for the last semi-final. Chinook Wind is 1, 2 Sound Sense, Mount Leader Gara 3, 6 Lazy Men 4, 5-Star Export 5, and Heatley's Hiker is in 6. The last 2 qualification spots for next weekend's final are up for grabs here, and away they go. It's a fairly level break. Mount Leader Gara is out well, though, in the white jacket. Mount Leader Gara from 6 Lazy Men on the go, and with a couple of lengths in front, it's Mount Leader Gara now leading from Chinook Wind into third. 6 Lazy Men is there, so 2 Sound Sense into second rather. Now Mount Leader Gara the leader. Sound Sense is beginning to close. Chinook Wind tires into third. Brow leaders Mount Leader Gara off the final bend. Mount Leader Gara is going to be difficult to beat here up towards the finish. Sound Sense is finishing strongly. Mount Leader Gara and Sound Sense very close at the line between the pair, with Chinook Wind in third. The result of the third semi-final, a very good performance here by Mount Leader Gara, winning in a great time of 31.19. Second Sound Sense, and third Chinook Wind.
I'm absolutely delighted, and it's a great recovery after the ledger where he was knocked and did not finish. Delighted to be in the final locally and to be a Corkman, and I hope I'll put up a good show.
Liam Cashman of the sponsors performed the trap draw for next weekend's final of the Cashman Bookmakers 575. In 1 Knockglass King, 2 Bibs Beauty, 3 Mount Leader Gara, in 4 Slippery Bill, Count Gelignite in 5, and 6 Sound Sense.
Now we take a look at this week's fixtures. On Thursday the 22nd of July in Shelbourne, it's the semi-finals of the Bernard Barry winner of 2, while in Galway they have the semi-finals of the Victor Chandler Stakes. On Friday the 23rd of July, Dundalk have the second round Bar 1 Racing Irish Sprint Cup, while in Tralee it's the second round of the Paddy Byrne Memorial 550. On Saturday the 24th of July, Shelbourne host the semi-finals of the Boylesports Champion Stakes. In Cork, they have the finals of the Cashmans Bookmakers 575. In Thurles, it's the semi-finals of the Red Mills Tipperary Cup, while in Dundalk, it's the second round of the Bar 1 Racing Irish Sprint. On Sunday in Lifford, it's the second round of the Victor Chandler.ie Northwest Derby. For quick and concise information on Greyhound form and upcoming fixtures and a multitude of data, visit the Irish Greyhound website at www.igb.ie. The final of the 2004 Cox Cup was run in Newbridge on Friday night, and with €23,000 for the winner, it was all to play for. Over to Michael.
The lineup for the 2004 Cox Cup final. In Trap 1 we have Lemon Blaze, owned by Denny Lennon, a son of Top Honcho and Lemon Holly, perfectly housed here in the inside box. Going from 2 is the very hot favourite Top Bow, owned by Brendan Hurl, trained by Seamus Graham, a son of Top Honcho and Next Deal. Flying starter this fella, track record holder. Number 3, The Burglar, owned by the Burglar Syndicate, trained by Paul Hennessy, a son of Droopy's Kuel and Ban Usul. Very consistent tracker. Trap 4 is vacant, Phoenix Ice unfortunately injured. And in 5 we have BRICKEN Jack, owned by Margaret Ramsbottom, trained by Liam Ramsbottom, a son of Mustang Jack and Sandy Hill Flash. Not well drawn out in 5, but if he was on the rail he'd have a big say. Then in 6 is the second of the Hennessy runners, KILKENNY, owned by Pius Phelan, a son of Droopy's Kuel and Springmount Dove, has won 7 of his 20 races. So there we have the finalists in the Cox Cup as the hare around now, coming up behind the traps for this final. And away from 2 comes Top Bow, showing big pace into the corner. Number 5, BRICKEN Jack, going up well, but it's into the corner. Number 2, Top Bow, bit of bumping in behind, and Top Bow is clear into the far side. Number 3, The Burglar, now showing second, with 1 Lemon Blaze in third, heading down towards the third bend. And Top Bow, he has this prize well and truly in his grasp now, as another bumping match at the third bend, and Top Bow way out front. From 3, The Burglar in second, number 1, Lemon Blaze back in third, but no doubt about this one, Top Bow going home to win this one for Brendan Hurl and Seamus Graham, and winning it in style in a very fast time too. So Top Bow, the son of Top Honcho and Next Deal, the winner of the 2004 Cox Cup. And the result of the Cox Cup final, the winner, number 2, Top Bow, owned by Brendan Hurl and trained by Seamus Graham. Second, number 3, The Burglar, and third, number 1, Lemon Blaze. The time, 29.82.
We're over the moon, naturally. We were hoping the dog would come out reasonably well. He did, and thankfully he gave us no worries at all. He went to the bend, went round on his own, and it was just plain sailing from there. He did a real good time tonight. He has broke 30 seconds on his 4 runs. He's also broke the track record on his second run here, so he's been running really well, and hopefully we can go on from here.
Yeah, he seemed to win easy enough. And he has been very consistent all through it, which is a good sign in the dog. I hope that he keeps it up now. He'll probably go back to Shelbourne to run the Derby.
There was another presentation to be made in the night to Billy Bell on the announcement of his stepping down as racing manager. But where did it all begin for Billy?
My family were in greyhounds all their life, so I grew up with them at home. My father passed away a long number of years ago, and some years after that a vacancy became available in the racing office at Newbridge Track, which I luckily enough applied for and got. That was 20 years ago, believe it or not, and I stayed in the racing office and worked in various positions until a number of years ago I ended up as racing manager. We're almost 3 years with the facilities that we have here now, and everything, the whole game has just totally changed. There's a whole new patronage of people coming into the game and participating in the game, and it just makes for a bigger and brighter future for the whole greyhound industry.
Breeding is a vital part of the greyhound industry. We asked Kilkenny Offaly based greyhound breeder Donal Beatty where his interest in dogs came from.
Well, I suppose from home, my father had always dogs. My uncle had dogs, Mick Owens, he worked for Francie Murray for years there. So there was always greyhounds at home with us. I worked for Sean Burke for a while in Clonmel and got experience down there from Sean. And we went out on my own 14 years ago, which I rented kennels from my uncle down the far side of Killy. And that lease has expired and we had to start doing something ourselves. It was gone to the stage we had to move on, so you had to either do it right or get out of the game altogether. And I don't know a lot more than dogs, so that's why I decided that we'd do a proper job here and spend a good few pounds and try to get things going right. Well, mostly it's breeding, whelping down bitches and rearing pups. We do have an occasional dog on training, but it's mostly that end of it. Well, whelping is giving birth in plain language, that's what it is. You bring the bitch to the dog and it takes 9 weeks for the bitch to have puppies, and then she gives birth to the puppies at that stage then, and we rear them on till whatever, 12 weeks old. And at that stage then you can leave your pups here if you want or give them to someone else. But if they're left here, we will bring them up to rear them up to 10 months old here, bring them into the kennel, get them used to leading, muzzling, get them on the walking machine, and get them ready, give them galloping and get them ready to go to a trainer. Magpie Miss, I suppose, is our top brood bitch here at the moment. She has thrown real good stuff for the last number of years. Killygrand, I suppose, running in the final on Friday night. She has also thrown Clyde of Flad, who won 2 stakes last year for us, a big stake in Newbridge. And she has thrown open class winners throughout England there, Hatley Hawk, Hatley Flash, a lot of dogs. Every single one of her dogs has run well. She's pushing on in years now. She's 9 years old, but she's after been mated to Larkhill Joe, and she is 7 weeks in pup, hopefully in pup. I don't think there's that many in her, but we're hoping to get a few pups out of her at this stage and maybe a potential brood bitch to carry on the line. We have 26 single dog kennels in here. We have 4 whelping houses. Up the fields at the moment there's 6 big runs. In addition to that, we'll be putting in a 350 yards gallop. There'll be also a number of small runs outside for small puppies coming up that age. And out the back then, off the whelping houses, we'll have cement runs that the puppies can go in and out of. So basically that is it. And we also have a walking machine. It's been made at the moment. It'll be a 14 dog walking machine. So, you know, it is coming on. There's a lot to do, a lot more money to be spent, but hopefully we will get there.
The excitement of the Sporting Press Irish Oaks came to a climax on Saturday night in Shelbourne Park. 6 of the best battled it out for the €35,000 prize fund. Let's take a look at the runners with Michael.
Yes, the runners now just coming on parade, and we start, of course, with number 1, Side Saga. You've heard Stephen Burke, the trainer, talking about this one. Well, Side Saga, owned by Anne Cleary from Atfarnham, bred by Liam Phelan in Thurles in County Tipperary. This one started out winning an on-race stake at Thurles. She was a semi-finalist in the Produce Stakes and of course won the Consolation Puppy Oaks here not too long ago. She's been getting better with every run in this stake. That's number 1, Side Saga. She's won 10 of her 19 races. In 2 here is Greg's Echo, a model of consistency. She's run all her races here at Shelbourne. She's been in the first 3 on 8 of the 10 occasions she's run. She's won 3 of those, and all the races have been in absolutely top class. That's number 2, Greg's Echo. This one can break, she can come from behind. She's a real star of the future. She's already a star. In 3, the remarkably consistent Legal Moment, owned by Anne Buckley, trained by Pat Buckley. She's been a great servant. She ran up the Scottish Derby earlier this year, this daughter of Judicial Pride and Legal Jan. She has won so much. She won the Toad Open Puppy Stake, the Red Mills Breeders' Club Trial Stake. She really is a powerhouse. Well, when she comes in season, she'll be retired to the breeding paddocks, and what a pedigree she will bring to those breeding paddocks with her. Number 4, Page 3 Girl, very much the outsider of the party, but we've seen already tonight, shocks are not too uncommon here. Owned by Alan Cribben from Selbridge, bred by Ollie Cribben himself, and trained by Mick O'Reilly in Baldonnel here in Dublin. A daughter of Rowan Oakey and Cry for the Clown. This one a Harold's Cross specialist. She's been running all her races in Harold's Cross until the start of the Oaks, and she's improved all the way through the Oaks, a bitch with a natural starter and very, very good early pace. But she has a horrible draw here in Trap 4. Here we see coming up number 5, Greenlough Slip, owned by Murty Henry. from Courtlanone in County Antrim, bred by Murty also and trained now by Owen McKenna, a daughter of Honcho Classic and Slippery Carmel. Greenlough Slip now with Owen McKenna. He was probably his outsider starting off in this classic, where he had a number of very fancied bitches, and this is the only one that made it through to the final. Very good early pace, and she'll be very much to the fore and to the run to the bend here. And this brings us to number 6, Things to Do. She's a November 2000 bitch. She's the oldest finalist in the race. This one came to prominence last year at Enniscorthy, doing some flashy runs down there, and was second behind Your Eyes Only in the final of the Leinster Oaks. And last week in the semi-final, you saw that powerful run she produced when beating Legal Moment by a couple of lengths in 28.61, a time that would have been a fair bit quicker had she not drifted so wide off the last bend. This one does run wide. She's very much an outside runner, and in that striped jacket, she is ideally positioned. So there they are, the 6 runners for this final of the Sporting Press Irish Oak. The favourites in 3, Legal Moment. Side Saga in 1, very much fancied as the hare comes behind traps and away to go. And it's a level start for number 2, Greg's Echo out well, but there goes Legal Moment. And Legal Moment, number 3, leads into the corner. And she gets around it in front from number 2 in second place, Greg's Echo. 4 is on the outside, total outsider, that's Page 3 Girl. Heading down the far side, and 3, Legal Moment, with a lead of 2 lengths from 4, Page 3 Girl. Then comes 2, Greg's Echo in third. But it's all Legal Moment. This one powers on. She's not going to be beaten now. The favourites home and hose. It's coming up the straight. Number 3, Legal Moment, going to win it. A big run for second. Page 3 Girl, number 4, holds on for second with 2, Greg's Echo in third. But Legal Moment has done it, and she's done it in 28.59. A powerful run here in the final of the Sporting Press Irish Oaks. So there's Pat Buckley grabbing the winner and giving her a hug and saying, well done, lady. And well, she really did deserve to win a classic, this bitch. She has been positively brilliant over the last 2 seasons, and she's produced a really emphatic performance here in the final tonight. Legal Moment flashing out of traps and dictating this race. Number 2, Greg's Echo came away well. What a race Page 3 Girl ran. Look at her there on the outside going into the corner. But now once Legal Moment cleared them at this point, that was it. The race was over. Legal Moment in front, because she is a powerful stayer. She's going down the far side, 2 lengths from Page 3 Girl. As I said already, she ran a mighty race in second. Greg's Echo's in third. Nothing ever looked like getting into it apart from these. Number 3, Legal Moment. She's increasing her advantage now, powering her way to victory. This bitch that ran up earlier this year, the Scottish Derby over in Shawfield. Well, here she's taken, well, great consolation in winning the Sporting Press Irish Oaks, a truly deserving classic winner. And what a prospect this one is when she retires very shortly to the breeding paddocks of Anne and Bill Buckley down in Collinstown in County Westmeath. Powering up the straight, Legal Moment to win the classic here, the bitch classic, the one that all the breeders want to win. There the result is confirmed. Legal Moment, number 3 the winner, the 2-to-1 favourite. Second, number 4, Page 3 Girl at 33-to-1, and third, number 2, Greg's Echo at 10-to-1. The time 28.59.
It was over when she left the box. I know she'd take a lot of beating. But she rounded the second bend, says it's like a great one to catch her there.
She must rank as the best you've ever trained, female-wise.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
And of course the connection with Anne and Bill, owning, breeding, reared her.
It's brilliant. It's a dream come true for Bill and Anne. I'm delighted for them.
Next week we bring you racing from Galway and Shelbourne Park. We go to Cork for the final of the Cashmans Bookmakers and to Thurles for the semi-finals of the Tipperary Cup.